Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hot Topics podcast. This is Psycho 4081 and my two co-hosts,
Lamb Chop
and Felonious Feather.
Thank you for joining us. Today we have a special guest who's going to talk about our topic today. But, as always, first we're going to talk about trending topics. But our special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Hi, my name is Alicia. I'm often known by Heavenly or Hev for short. Never done a podcast, but we'll see how it goes. I got quite some stories for y'all.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and I'm eager to hear those juicy stories.
Oh, you always want to hear something juicy.
So in today's topics, today's trending news, we have obviously my favorite topic is Donald J. Trump. Apparently, he started his trial today in New York for the hush money.
The hush money.
Hush money. So is it
Was
hush
it
money?
the hush money? I thought he had to pay Stormy.
Well, no, this one I think is because of the hush money, and I think they were doing jury selection.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because they
Jury
said they
selection.
dismissed like dozens
Right.
of jurors.
And I'm sure they're going to keep doing that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Only thing about being on that trial is you got to look at him every day.
Yeah. But, so he has that trial, and also one of his cases go to the Supreme Court for...
Is that the jury, not jury tampering,
Immunity.
voting? Oh, whether or not he can have immunity
Yes.
as president.
Yes. So I'm kind of ticked off about that because,
Yeah,
the Supreme Court doesn't always take cases.
right.
And I think that was probably one of the easiest cases to dismiss,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
Nobody should have blanket immunity.
At all.
That makes everybody, basically...
Well, that makes you a dictator.
Exactly.
So, no.
So that's another thing. And I think the way it's going now, I don't see any good coming out of this, actually.
I mean, he appointed how many of those judges?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Right.
3.
So, which way do you think they're voting?
Well, we should see. We shall see. So that's... while we're talking about Trump, the judge in his other court case in Georgia issued a gag order because he has a habit of threatening people
Right.
involved with the case.
Right.
And he's violated it.
Well, this is the thing. He keeps violating it. And
Yes.
what are they going to do about it?
Absolutely
That's the
nothing.
thing. He keep violating. You keep putting the gag order on. And if you keep... It's like a hamster wheel. If you're not going to... Like a bad child.
Yeah.
Or if you're not going to reinforce the rules, what's the point?
That's exactly what I was saying. And I think because they don't want to put him in jail because he's an ex-president, and it comes up with... It will present problems because you still have to have not Social Security, Secret Service,
Secret Service, right.
there. But you know what?
Well.
Exactly.
Oh, well.
So a message needs to be sent to him, and
Anybody following behind him
Right.
that, shenanigans will not be put up with.
Yep. So the interesting thing about the hush money case in New York is that one of the guys involved in that was his attorney,
Michael Cohen.
and he went to jail.
Right.
So,
Right.
if the court case comes in and he's found guilty of that, of ordering him to go to do that, that means he also must
Should
go to jail.
Right.
Right. So that's going to be interesting to see, and that would be a really big miscarriage of justice if that does not happen.
They're
Assuming
not
that
putting on no jail.
if he's guilty, which, whatever. So that's our Trump news today. Any other news? Any celebrity news?
I don't check celebrity news unless it comes across. I happen to hear it. I generally don't check celebrity news.
There's been something. There's always
I
been.
think Felonious is the young one in the group. She might check celebrity news more often than we do.
I'm old too.
Yeah. So, some movies coming out. I think it was one, The Gladiator.
Oh yeah.
Guess who's starring in that?
Who?
Denzel Washington.
What is he gonna do? He's got to be the emperor.
No, I think he's a gladiator.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm
He 110. Stop it.
So,
Just
yeah.
stop it. No, I love him to death, but some roles you just should not take. I'm sorry. Just let it go. I think that they tastefully did the last Equalizer, but it's time to retire the Equalizer.
I love that last one.
I think they did it tastefully. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying it's time for him to retire that.
So
That's
what other role? He's been, even at his age now, he's been getting some really nice action movies.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they did it with Liam Neeson. He ended up being is that who he is now?
Qui-Gon Jinn and was it Taken?
Taken. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
3 of those, right?
I think it was 2.
Okay.
If it's 3, I missed one. Is it 3?
I don't know.
What?
Taken movies.
Is it 3? Is it up to 3?
I thought it was 3.
Yeah, it looks. I think so.
What do you think, audience? Is it 3? Do we have any?
3. That's
It's
Yeah.
3. It's 3.
I think-
Has it been
is there
3?
a 4?
I
think
thought
there's a
I'm
4.
almost certain it
There's
was.
a 4.
There's
coming
a 4th.
out 2000. This year.
Okay.
Oh wow!
I
something
was
like that. There's
pretty
a
sure it was
fourth.
3.
Maybe I have to look at that too.
The Planet of the Apes look good.
There will not be. Okay, there will not be
There's a new
Taken
one?
4.
Yeah, Planet of the
Says
Apes
there will
is
not
coming.
be. There will not be a Taken 4. So it's up to 3. It's just
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good.
People want.
So there's a new Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm. That looks
Now,
really good.
I like the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to continue that on, or are they just going to
It
start
looks like
from fresh?
it looks like a different
whole different one?
whole different one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I hate when they do that.
I don't.
I like remakes, but I want them to. If you have a good one, I think you should at least connect them, because Planet of the Apes, it was quite a few of those.
Right.
So-
I don't know. This one, the humans look like they're evolving into apes, like not physically, but they starting to be. They can't speak.
Okay, so that's like original.
Non-communicative. Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think the original, the humans could speak.
No, they couldn't. 'Cause
Like in
remember-
the 70s ones?
Yeah, because remember they said, what's the guy? Is it Charlton Heston?
Mm-hmm.
When they was messing with the humans, and he was like, "Get your hands off me,
Right.
you dirty apes!" And they was like, "It's because they
Okay.
couldn't speak."
Okay.
And his girlfriend, whatever, she couldn't speak.
Well, they can't speak now.
Okay, so yeah, but,
And I think it's one that can. So
okay.
it looks very
Is that blue
interesting.
eyes?
Probably. I think she has blonde hair. Not hating on anybody with blonde hair.
All right,
saying.
and last news. This is for from Atlantic City. Okay, and this is reason why I'm gonna mention this one is because, and I want your opinion on this. Apparently, the mayor of Atlantic City and his wife, who's head of the Board of Education, I believe, or a principal. I'm not sure which one she is, but they've been charged with child abuse or
Whoa.
some child-related assault charges. Right?
Whoa.
They said he had hit the girl, the teenager, in the head with a broom and punched her.
Their children or?
Her child, their child.
Ooh.
She's I think 16, whatever. But and the woman punched her in the chest a few times and a whole bunch of different things, right? And
But
I saw that
she's
post.
the mother, right?
She's the mother. Yeah.
Whatever. I can do anything with my child.
Okay, so all right, so
Somebody's business.
so not to make light of child abuse, but now, I don't know all the facts or why it came to that, but my question was, has anybody dealt with teenagers these days?
Ooh, I haven't, and thank you, Jesus.
Exactly. So I said, dealing with some teenagers, and I always said that, and we're going to make this explicit because I have to curse on this one. Sorry. But yeah, I think the problem now in society we have now, kids ain't getting fucked up enough.
Exactly. True.
So Mayor Marty Smalls, hey, I'm supporting you until something different comes up.
She a black. She's a black mayor.
He.
Eh,
Yeah,
they are
he's
black,
black,
people.
yeah.
Okay,
Right.
That's why.
I'm
And-
telling you, I got beat with a shoe, an
Right.
extension cord, and at some point, it can cross the line to abuse. At some point, it can
That's
be like that.
where I'm from. There's something like abuse
Yeah.
because we have something like horsewhip.
Like horsewhipped?
Yeah, they have something like that. But my mom, because I don't have the skin for that. If you hit me one time, you see it all over my body. So,
Right,
But
right.
my elder brother, he did. So that's like extreme when you're like so bad, you get horsewhipped. So
Right.
it's called.
Wow.
Well,
It's
we
called
got
koboko.
switches and all of that.
We have all
so,
that. Slaps, bites. Yeah,
Bites too?
yeah.
No, I tell you what's so funny, and I hope
Everything.
let me give a shout out to my neighbors, Sam. I remember back in the day when moms always most of us was single parent homes, right? But when they tell you to go outside and get
And pick your switch. Yes.
public service announcement: do not pick the skinny branches. Always pick the big, thick ones. Okay.
Well, you have to be careful with that, because if they send you out for a second one, you're in trouble.
They don't even need to tell us to go pick. Our parents actually buy canes to whip us. Like, they actually sell them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Wow.
Oh,
For beating. Yeah, cane. They sell it in Nigeria. No. This one. This is how it looks like.
Oh, a cane?
Yeah, but then it's like a cane. Like it's a thing. This one's.
Oh, a bamboo cane. Okay.
Ouch.
Really, so the really tiny ones, my God, they can fuck you up.
Yeah.
The really thin. So they sell them. Not this one looks bamboo-ish, but like real cane. They and then
caning is a thing. Remember,
caning is a thing.
Yeah. So, okay.
So,
where was he, in Singapore?
I think so.
Yeah.
So thing in where I'm from anyway, it's like a normal thing. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, you know what? I'm not opposed to it.
In school, when they kept telling me, one time when my son was like in pre-K, and then they told me, oh, we spoke to David, was just all over. He was we had to make him sit on the corner.
Oh, yeah, he get time out.
And I'm like,
time out. Where did it come
I'm
from?
telling you,
and
you
I'm
get
like,
time out.
are you kidding me? Like, you made him sit somewhere. You couldn't whoop his ass. In my mind,
They
like,
can't. No, they can't. Well, our teachers did. Yeah, our
like,
teachers
we made him
did.
sit for a minute, and then he was fine, and then he came back,
and they let him rejoin the group. Yeah, time
and I'm
out.
like, oh my God.
I was trying to think, like, in my neighborhood, in my court where I live, we had basically 4 courts, and then you had the outside in our complex. And I think in our court, I'm trying to think of who did not get beatings. I know we did.
Right.
Yeah.
I know my man, shout out to Shabaka Amen. I know he got it too. His next door neighbor, Monique. I'm calling out everybody's name.
Oh my gosh.
Who else was it? I know Sam and them next door, they got it. I'm trying to think if TT got it. TT at the corner. I don't remember everybody's name.
Yeah, that's amazing to me.
Tracy. Yeah, I think they got it too. I think everybody in that court got it.
Yeah, I don't.
That was like a normal thing,
Right,
For us.
yeah.
It was like everyday thing.
Yeah.
You break plates, you get beaten in
How
my
did
house.
the
So
authorities get involved? Did the teenager go to?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know they was investigating it because I saw something earlier, like maybe a week ago or two. But they was investigating, and maybe somebody, plus if you're an administrator or politician, all they have to do, a neighbor could just speak.
Yeah.
Take you out. So I don't know, but
Well, let's
maybe
see
she
how the
got in
story
school.
unfolds.
Yeah. So Heaven, you still with
I'm
it?
here. I'm here.
Did you get
your ass
physically
whooped.
disciplined back when you was younger?
What'd you say?
Did you get whippings when you was younger?
Heck yeah, man. It was the switch thing for me, but now my grandma, she ain't had no teeth in her mouth, right? And she used to fall up her mouth and be like, now walk past me. So now you got to switch, and now your ass got to walk past her. Okay.
Are you from Maryland?
No, I'm from Jersey.
Oh, Jersey in the house? What part? You from North Jersey, aren't you?
But no, I'm south, but by Atlantic City,
Oh,
Burlington.
see?
What? I'm from Atlantic City.
Huh?
I'm from Atlantic City.
Oh wow, my best friend lived there all her life. She lives in Florida now.
Ah,
Yeah, so she
okay.
was all in. She went to Absegami High School.
Okay, yeah. We whipped up on them in basketball.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I gotta throw that out there. Yeah, football too. Oh, wait a minute. You said Burlington?
Yeah, Burlington Township.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You guys had a good track team at one point. Yeah, I'm talking about the 80s though. You was probably in the 2000s?
Yeah, well, I was a cheerleader, so
Oh, okay.
I cheered all my life, so I ain't care about no other sport. Don't know.
That's kind of funny. Like we have, well, I'll talk to you about one of our co-workers that's also from, or former co-worker for me, it's also from South Jersey. So I want,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I want to throw his name out there. But yeah,
609 in the house.
that's right. All right. So we're gonna get to our topic of online dating now. For my co-host, have you guys ever been on a dating app?
No.
Never. All right.
No.
Of course you have.
So what I did was I actually jumped on a couple dating apps and well I didn't pay for them, so my experience is limited because I didn't want to
Because you're cheap.
I didn't want to cut into my Temu money. So
Oh my goodness.
so I found there was several. You have a list?
I do. Well, I did the over 50.
Over 50.
50.
Okay.
I did the over 50.
So
list.
well, I could throw some out there. That's some of the popular ones.
Okay.
And you, let me know if
I know
you've heard
there's
of them.
Tinder,
Tinder,
Facebook dating.
Facebook dating, Plenty of Fish.
I've heard of plenty of
Plenty of
fish.
Fish. You have BLK.
Is that the black something? Yeah.
You have Hinge. You have is it Bumble? Something like that. Bumble. It's a whole bunch of them.
Right.
So it's kind of overwhelming when you actually look at them and try to see what one is.
Yeah. How do you determine which one is for you?
I guess you gotta jump in there and test them
Gotcha.
out.
Which is the one that always says something about swiping right or something like that. If you swipe right, then you're a match or something like that. I don't know. I've seen them in movies, but I don't know what.
I'm not sure. Okay, so you want to go through your list?
No, let her. I can do mine later. This is for the old people.
Okay, so let us know. You have some background. That's why I wanted to plug it into here. You have some background noise on your line.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I think it's
Okay.
fine now.
Oh, it disappeared.
Hold on.
All right, it's silenced. So what? Now, when you've done online dating, how many did you do? Did you try out a few?
No, Facebook dating was enough for me.
All right.
Okay, like, I was married for 5 years and together with somebody for 9.
Ooh.
So when I got my divorce, it was like, I ain't know what it was like to, be back out in the dating world because, it's been 9 years. So one night, I was bored sitting on Eastern Boulevard in my patrol car, and one of my coworkers was talking about how entertaining we were getting tired, and how entertaining online dating was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, let me see what the hype is about. So I literally downloaded it, but I didn't get on it unless I was bored.
Okay.
Now, do you want me to start with my story?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so the first one, I'm going to say his name because I don't even know if it's really his name. His name was Trey, okay? Am I allowed to cuss on this thing before?
Yup.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so his name was Trey, a.k.a. the mother effing help, okay? So he looked like Mike Jennings, like handsome, like, okay, he's cute. But he was always doing too much, like, why you ain't answer the phone or something? Like,
Oh.
we would be talking for like a couple of days. We ain't even seen each other yet, like FaceTime here and there. But he would always be like, "Oh, you must live with somebody, or you must do this or do that." I'm like, man, I got 2 kids. I'm a cheerleading coach. My son is in football. My other son is in football. I'm doing stuff like. He was just so pressed to hang out, which turned me off because I'm like, it is not that deep. But one night, it was my birthday, got real drunk. I was in Atlantic City. Okay, I was in Atlantic City. I'm twerking in the sand somewhere. My cousin got my phone, and she's like, yo, who the heck is Trey? And I'm like, oh, that's it. Just block him. Just block him. So we blocked him. Why he called me off of like I don't know, a text now number, and so I'm like, yeah, yo, like he was like, yo, you blocking me? Oh, you out there living your best life, talking about you ready for a relationship? I'm like, yo, like, all right, like
How?
What's up?
How?
Want to talk? You having a bad day? You know? And so he's like, well, we going to pull up in AC. He live in Baltimore. He's like, midnight, why you coming to AC? But I was like, fuck it, pull up. So he gets the AC, right? And mind you, I'm passed out drunk somewhere. I'm damn sure not answering the phone. So my cousin's like, yo, your phone keep buzzing. Like, she woke me up. And so he's like, yo, we drove all the way down here. I said, I ain't tell you to drive all the way down here. He was like, well, where you staying
2.5
at?
hours.
And I was like, well, why? He was like, yo, like, where you staying at? I mean, we need a place. We need a place to what? Y'all can't stay up in here. Like,
he brought his boys.
So then I was like, first of all, my cousin, she was like, well, how many is it of them? And I'm like, well, how many is it of you? And he was like 2. And I was like, all right. But I'm like, yo, like, I never met him. He is not coming up in here. And so,
Wow.
like,
Stalk
so,
much?
you know, I just turned my phone off. And, you know.
Wait, so
I don't know where, well, he claimed that he was sleeping in his car. So then the next day.
That's what he did.
money drive back.
Like I don't know, didn't care. So the next couple of days, right, he got blowing me up, and he was like, "Yo, I think I'm pressing too hard." I'm like, "Yeah, you doing way too much. Like right now, you on block, and we're still talking, and my dumb ass is still answering the phone. Like, you know." And so I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on. And so then he was like, "Well, I really want to meet you." Now I don't know weird shit. So I was like, "All right, bet." First red flag number 1. We were supposed to go to the Towson movies and go see some movie. I forgot what it was called. So then he was like, I get to the movie actually early. And so he calls my phone like, yo, can you come get me? My car just broke down.
Oh,
I said,
no.
what? Like, come on. Like, you know what? We can do this another day. Handle your car. He was like, yo, I have no ride. And I'm like, I don't know you from Adam. He was like, yo, like, can you really come get me? I'm like, yo,
No.
get an Uber. He was like, I don't got no money. How the hell was you going to take me out? So I'm like,
no.
you know what? This is too much. So I was like, you know, I'm a nice person. I called him an Uber back to his house.
Wow.
The next couple of days, he's still on block. And he always had an excuse of, oh, he's so hungry. He's so this. He's so that. And so I'm like, yo, do you have a job? And he had originally told me he worked for NTA. And he, like, drove buses. Make a long story short, he was always a liar. But that one wasn't even the funniest.
Oh,
So
wow.
on to the second guy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I have questions.
I have questions on the first guy. So how long had you guys been chatting before he started getting really, really pressed?
I want to say about a week or something.
No.
It wasn't even like drastic. I think he got like, oh shit, I'm really talking to a cop vibe. And I wasn't even trying to, I really honestly think that that's what it was. Like, you know, or like he saw me as dollar signs. I don't know. But it was always something with him.
Y'all do make a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Stalker. He had stalker vibes.
Yeah, he had to go.
So had you ever met him in person?
No, only on FaceTime. Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd have probably tried to take my life or something. I would have been on Murder Inc.
All right. So at that point, when that happened, did you have like multiple interests at the same time?
No, I mean, I just thought he looked like Life Jennings. He was cute.
Oh, so you selected him?
No, he selected me.
Okay.
He slid in my DMs, and you know, I was just talking to him. Like, I responded.
So I had a question. So Facebook dating. Now, when you're on Facebook dating, does everybody know, like all your Facebook friends or whatever, do they see you on there?
That's a good ass question because somehow my ex-husband knew I was on there.
Oh my
Oops.
Wow.
So,
Well, he's ex, so
he done screenshotted me. So like, oh, that's what we doing now? Like, hey, what you talking about?
to check.
So what? Oh, go ahead. No, what made you try somebody else? Because I think that would have put me off and like, oh, I'm not doing this again.
Because it was, I like the attention. You know, when I had just got my body done. I had got lipo, snatch, waist snatch. I got a breast reduction. So, like, you know, I was feeling,
That should be
I can be a woman about it. Like, after 9 years of somebody not, like, saying, oh, you're beautiful, or, you know, like, little things. I got used to, like, I like the attention. I did. I like somebody just letting me know I was cute.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. And for not being in the dating market for a long time,
Right.
I imagine it would be kind of awkward just jumping back in there trying to figure out, you know, where and how to meet people.
Right.
So I guess a dating app would be.
I mean, that's how it's done these days. Like, people don't go to church the way they go to church. You might not want to date somebody you work with. So that's a good option, I think.
So if you were single,
Right.
and you wanted to get back in the dating realm, where would you go?
You know, I don't know, because I'm not going to meet a man at the craft store that's probably interested.
They're like women.
You know, I'm not saying men don't do crafts. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that, you know, the places I go, I probably wouldn't meet someone I wanted to date. I'll say that. So I guess a dating app would kind of be my option, unless one of my friends would introduce me to somebody. But
Ooh, that's a recipe for disaster.
yeah.
How about you, Felonious? Where would you, if you was in that dating realm, where would you go?
I would ask you.
You ask me?
Don't ask him.
Well, you know, and I would say
Because he knows these things.
because there's a you know, a halfway house down the street.
Oh no.
He will try to. He will try to cock block me, so I won't ask him.
Probably right. You're probably right. I agree with that.
I'm not introducing nobody to nobody, because if it blows up, then guess what? They'll come back to me and say, "Oh, look what you hooked me up with such and such." No, I don't want to be responsible for that. So, but one last question before you go to the second story. What made you choose Facebook dating and not some of the other ones, like Plenty of Fish and Tinder and the 1,000 other ones?
Because I didn't want to really download and explain myself and all that. Like, Facebook dating just went off my profile, in a sense. I didn't have to do, I like long walks in a park or some shit. Like, you know, I just uploaded some pictures and was done with it.
Oh, so that make it easy then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. They do ask you, like, what do you prefer? You know, even though I like girls when I'm drinking a lot of Henny, but you know, I prefer.
Please don't get him started.
It goes off of a preference.
Wait a minute.
You know, so I chose men. Like, you can choose who you want, but it's just like it was less work to do. So,
do they make you pay for Facebook dating?
I ain't never paid.
Are you asking for yourself?
No, but you know what? I could have checked it out. I don't know. Like I said, I can't pay for it. I don't want to cut into my Temu money.
Oh, geez.
So, that's interesting. Okay. So that makes it, Facebook
now you
dating
know.
makes it easy. Okay. But then everybody else finds out.
Yeah,
Well, they would find out anyway.
They would find out anyway.
Yeah, that was kind of like my what you call it. But it's like, but the last one actually worked, because I'm dating him still.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So, but before we get to the last one, because that was the last straw, like, for real, like, it's the last straw. But the second one, he was an undercover brother, I swear to God. And
like a
I had all
download
the
brother?
I had all the signs pointing that way, but I just never talked to a bisexual man before.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't even say, come out right and say I'm bisexual, and I wasn't about to ask him. But first of all, he talked with a little sugar in his tank. Like that.
Oh.
What the fuck? I could match your energy, or he'd be like, yo, I fucking miss you, baby. Like, and he had this like country accent, but he was fine. Dread, chocolate, tall. Oh my God, he was fine. one night, I guess he wanted to send me a dick pic. But it was a video.
Oh.
So I plays the video. And all of a sudden, he brings out the wand. Like
The wand?
a wand. And I'm
Wand.
like, all right, like, that's different. And, like, he's putting that shit on. It was just weird, right?
He put it on his butt.
Stop it.
No. The next video he sent me, he put it by his balls and almost inserting it in his asshole.
Oh,
And I
wow.
said, "What?" So he was like, yeah, this called. I was like, whoa, that second one was kind of intense. He was like, yeah, a lot of men don't know, but the prostate orgasm just hit different. And I was just that turned me
Does
very
it?
off after that.
Does it, bro? Does it?
You're asking the wrong person.
I mean.
Okay, so he's doing all of this on the video?
Some dudes do.
You know what? I've heard that both of the last things you said. So I don't know. I have my opinions on that. When it comes to
Oh, please don't get him started.
no, because that's another topic in itself. Because a guy that's not a normal thing for a guy. Like most guys I know would probably feel uncomfortable, but
You can't say that's normal. You can't say
okay,
what's normal.
I won't say what's normal.
It's
But-
just not for you.
Right.
It's not something you try.
Yeah,
Right.
I would think a heterosexual male would not want his butt played with.
According to my coworkers, it doesn't happen like, let me eat that ass. It doesn't happen like that. And what happened, when they told me, it's like, is when she's sucking them off, like, she go a little bit further. But then I'm like, all right, well, where's your legs at, though? Because is your legs cocked up in the air? And then he said,
so
sometimes you don't think of it like that. Like, that's how.
If his legs are in the air, he gay.
Okay, this is where I'm just like mind blown.
no,
He sends you this whole video. This is happening in real time, like, or is it some video that he made just to send you?
I don't know. Didn't really care. All I know is after that, my vagina was higher than a bone, okay? So I was just like, ew, like, what did I just watch? Imagine a masculine man, chocolate, tall, dread,
Yeah.
got a gay-ass voice, and then doing that shit. There's no, like... He would be friend zoned real quick because he was cool. He was mad funny too, but
Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
he driving damn buses too, the white buses.
wait. The what's it called? What's the white? The
mobility.
mobility. Yeah, mobility trucks. I mean,
MTA.
buses.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yep.
Whew.
Hey.
That's intense.
Very much so.
Oh, Lord.
So you did it a third time. Three times the charm.
No, the fourth time. This one, I'm not even gonna lie. I was torn between two. Okay.
Okay.
This one, his name was Wasa. He used to work for the post office. I heard he got fired. But we was kicking it mad. We vibed so well. And I knew that he was younger than me, and I don't know why I keep robbing. I just started robbing cradles, okay? I knew that he was younger than me. He lied to me, though, about his age. That didn't come out later, and I just couldn't rock with him after that. And the reason how it came out was because we was talking about high school, and I was like, yeah, BTHS class of 09. And he was like, class of 2014 or something. I was like, hold up. How old are you? And then he started... I'm like, yo, you really lied to me about your age? Like, we had a whole talk about it. Well, at the end of the conversation, he gonna say, Hev, I think I love you. Like,
Oh.
hold up.
How long were y'all
Told
talking?
me, you just said all this, and we had this conversation in person because we would always be hanging out. Like, always be hanging out. Met my family, met my cousins. Ain't me my kids. I kept them away. But, you know.
Wow. How long were y'all talking before you fell in love?
Well, I mean, this one we was talking for a while, like maybe almost 2 months, if you want to say. Like I stopped talking to, but I also the one that I'm still currently talking to, was also still talking to him, but I was like kind of blowing him off, I guess, thinking just because Wassa was just number one for me right then. He had his own place, own crib, own money, like no kids. And so I was just like, all right, he might be a little younger than me, like, but damn. But damn, like, why you had to lie? Everything else was fire. Like, he matched my energy. We was on the dance floor. We went to clubs together. We would call out of work and hang out and play games. And it was never sexual at first. It was just always a vibe. Sneaking food into the movies. Like, it was a vibe. It was a vibe, okay? And then I got into an accident. All right, so this is the fucked up part because I was a little grimy bitch. So I had just left his house, and I was gonna go see the new guy that I'm dating now, right? That I've been dating for the last 2 years, of course. So I left his house, but we was just talking about his fucking age, right? And so then he pissed me off, so Marcus was like, come through. I was like, I bet. So I get ready to come through. Why somebody fell asleep behind a wheel on 795 and hit the back of my Ford Fusion and at like 80 miles an hour. Okay, I was lucky that I got out of that accident. My finger was like hanging. And then the guy that got out of the car, he was like, oh my God, I fell asleep. He was in his work clothes. He was like, I've been working 13 hours. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. You just got my car. Like, my car. That's all I kept saying was my car. But I was like, this is what I get. Like, why would I do that? Is this my karma? Like, I was just thinking, I was crying. So Marcus was like, oh, do you want me to come get you? I'm like, nah, I'm going to drive this car to your house. Like, because I was right there. I was legitimately right there. So I'm getting this guy's information. And he going to ask me, well, can I take you out tonight? Bro, you fucking total my shit. No. Like, no. So I get to Marcus' house, and he was like, damn, like, you want me to take you to the hospital? And I'm like, nah. So then I drive the car home. My ex-husband, he looks at the car, finds Watsa's phone in my car.
Oops.
He's an ex. It shouldn't matter. He the ex.
Because I left his house. He was like, where were you at? And he was doing some crazy shit. So I was like, I lied. I was like, I was with my cousins when I wasn't. I was cussing out this nigga for lying to me about it. But, so even more fucked up thing was, so I was honest about that because it's a phone. He was like, I know you wasn't with him. I was like, yeah, it was my cousin's friend's phone. And I was gonna bring it back to him. So I took his car to bring his phone back.
Oh
he
my
didn't answer the damn
God.
door, so I left it on his windshield of the car. Man, I'm telling you, I was like, after this shit, I'm done. I deleted my app and never looked back. I really did.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
I blocked Wassa because had he not lied to me about his fucking age, I probably would have stayed at the house and said the hell with Marcus. I don't know. But I just honestly really wish, though, that I had somebody to talk to because I would have made my marriage work. Because that's a whole other topic, and that's a whole other thing I'm going through. But it's nothing out here.
It's
It ain't nothing.
It's not too late.
It ain't nothing out here. Oh, it's too late. He done with my ass. I don't fucking blame him.
Well, you're probably one of the most honest people.
Yes.
I've come across in a while.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
God.
And that's my story. And that's just the summary of it all. Like, it was more funnier stuff, but we can go on and on. I just was like, I really wish, though, that I would have slapped myself and said, take a breather. You just got out of a 9-year relationship.
Yeah.
Like, love yourself more.
Yeah.
Love yourself more. And anybody listening to this that's going through maybe the same thing, you know, your times get hard. I was year 5 into my marriage. Just, it ain't nothing out here, y'all. Nothing. And I'm sorry to say that. It ain't.
Okay. Well, you know, it's funny. I was talking to somebody earlier, and they showed me a video, and that's what one of the guys was on. It's one of those, I think it was, might have been Facebook or Instagram, whatever. But the guy was saying that there's nothing out here. Is the dating now is trash, basically. So maybe it's a sign of the times. But do you ever think that you might get on another or a different dating app?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm done with it. I just feel like when I'm done with this situation that I'm in, this situationship, then I'm just gonna focus on me, my kids, myself.
Yeah.
And because I didn't give myself that.
And then you can always try polygamy.
Here we go. He is going to try to put polygamy in everything that we talk about. In everything.
I'm stingy. What's mine is mine. Like, I told you, after a couple shots of Henny, I might be with him. I might be with your ass. I'm supposed to love my sister wife. Come here, baby. Once the soberness kick in, bitch, get the fuck up. It would be a bad.
Oh,
like,
my
we'd be
gosh.
tussling.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay.
Well, so the good thing out of this, you had some positives, you had some doozies, and you didn't have to pay money for it.
Thank God.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna get on
And
Facebook.
You know what? It feels good to tell my story. Like, I've never done this before, but everybody just be like, yo, you mad funny, like, like, and it's like, it's cool, like, whatever topics y'all got, ideas, I got y'all.
Well, we do have some good ones kind of related to this, and maybe we could revisit the online dating later on.
Well, my best friend met her husband that way, and very early online dating. They started talking online, and they've been married, I think, maybe 15 or 20 years now.
Wow.
So it can be done, you know.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful.
Yeah, and I would say don't move too fast. Like, you talk to somebody all day long on the phone like that. You know what I'm talking about in the beginning. Y'all
Right,
talk on the
it's
phone
fresh.
all day long, and y'all talk about everything, and it makes it seem like you know this person, when in all actuality, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's my thing. I move way, way, way too fast. I was so quick. I left my husband for less than what I'm dealing with now. You know, and it's just, maybe it's the age. I don't know. And but one thing I do know is that I'm gonna be 33 in a couple of months, and I'm living for me and my kids, and asking God to pull me through everything.
Right.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Because I got my karma, and karma is a bitch. And even though I felt like I left my husband the right way, because I took off the ring, he knew I wasn't happy, and I told him I want a separation, I want this, I want that, I don't want to be with you. Like, I was honest. It wasn't like I was sneaking around.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to actually finally sleep with someone else. And it was just like, still, I could have went better about everything. I treated him like the enemy and all that. So whenever you do another podcast on divorce,
Ooh,
and,
been there.
and yeah, so if you do one on that, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay.
well, yeah. And you know what? Speaking of which, I think my divorce actually went relatively well compared to some of the stories I've heard
Yeah.
from a lot of people. So, you know, I think one thing that I try to do is not live with regret. and just use it as a learning experience. But I think it's kind of hard.
It absolutely is hard.
Yeah.
You're human, and you always think, I wish I could have done something differently. You know.
The thing is also too, is they teach you keep everybody out your house. I got married young, and I got married at 26. First one married. Out of all the cousins, 125 people, 40K on the wedding. They teach you about, if somebody gets sick, richer in health, sickness and poor, all that. But the one thing of where I went missing is grief.
Grief.
That grief is what was missing.
Did you say grief?
Yes, grief.
Okay.
Grief. So when, for example, my ex-husband, his mom died. When my mother-in-law closed her eyes, my husband closed his with her. He went down with her.
Okay, so.
And I never got him back. So it's just like, had I known how to deal with that, maybe we wouldn't be talking about online dating.
So would you say that everybody, before they get married or get into a real serious relationship, that they should have some type of counseling?
We did that. We
did
all that. That's what I was saying. We did all that. All that. If everybody talked about, okay, what if, we got counseled by the pastor, and what if, she gets sick and sexual stuff stopped happening, like you lose sex drive and all that, and money issues, and, kids being defiant, you not agreeing on this, that, and the third, but they never said, when somebody loses, and he was a severe mama's boy, and I knew that when I married him.
Right.
I knew that. She would wash his clothes, and literally, I knew that. They would talk 5, 6, 7 times a day.
Oh, wow.
But I loved her too. She was like my mom too.
Right.
I called her mom, and so I knew that, but and then for 4 years after that, because she died us being 1 year in that, 4 years after that, it was just like I was there. I was existing. And I mean, even though now we're still divorced and all that, we're cool. He takes care of the kid or whatever, but you can still see, his birthday was about a couple weeks ago, and I know that he don't got no family up here because he's from the Eastern Shore. So being me, I got all my family together and we celebrated his birthday.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah.
but he just looked so sad, he just looked.
So it sounds like he needs grief counseling.
Yeah.
But
Counseling, I think it's undervalued. And
Especially in our community.
Yeah, that was another podcast too about our particular community. Do we think it's taboo, or we see it as taboo to have to take counseling? And it's been that way for years. Generations, they would say, what happens in the house stays in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's been detrimental to us overall.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so what I want to try a few more dating apps just so I can look at it and see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, so
how do you prevent from being catfished? I guess you can't really.
Well, technically, I'm gonna be catfishing.
Oh no.
What pictures you be using?
No.
AI.
No.
Hey yo, everybody. You know what kills me is the people that post it and people that be like, "Oh, you cute." Like
Exactly.
What
That's crazy.
Okay.
So the last one I did, I posted a picture that made me look like Life Jennings.
You know what? Oh my
No, but
goodness.
I think I'm going to do that because I don't want to engage with people and then they have this expectation that is going to be something. So I'll probably put a post out there that's going to be that I'm going to expect that nobody's going to hit me up on, just so I can test out the functions of the dating app. Not so much of who's out there because I could care less, but I just want to see how they work.
Okay.
You know?
How old is you? My mama's single.
About to get the hookup.
Did somebody say, hey, meeting through people? My mama a widow.
Well, no, that's what Felonious said. I said I wouldn't hook anybody up because then something goes wrong, then
My
they'll
mama
blame you.
good, though.
What your mama look like? Send us
Oh
a
no,
picture.
no, don't do it. You do not want that as a stepdad.
Hey, yo.
That would be hilarious.
Nope.
But I am going to try those apps because I think they're interesting. So if we had this back in the day, I probably would have used the dating app because it would be easier. Some people have a hard time meeting people. Like for me, I'm a shy person, so it's kind of hard for me to go meet somebody.
You're a shy person.
Yes.
What?
Nah,
When
you
you're
know
trying to
what
date
it was?
somebody, there's.
Back in the day, that chat line. You call that chat line number up. Yo, my name is da-da-da-da.
Oh, I remember those. It was they had was you talking about like they had the party line?
Yeah, remember you used to call in the chat line?
I remember
And then
those.
meet people up? Yes.
Yep. That was in the beginning.
Oh my
In the
gosh.
beginning, there was chat lines.
Oh my gosh, we've come a long way.
And then it went to AOL. Was it the
AOL Messenger?
Messenger?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the groups.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Oh no. Yeah,
So let
that's
me
a
ask
little
you,
scary.
You said you would try it, and
I think I would try
You would
it.
try.
I think
Okay.
I would try it. Cause like I said, I think it would be hard to meet people. Like if you're not, and especially since after COVID, like people aren't meeting in large groups of
Right,
people like
right.
you used to. So
I know I saw one. I forgot the name, but it was like a prison pen pal for women.
oh my gosh, it's sad to say a lot of women do that. That is sad, but a lot of women do that.
Yep.
From all ethnicities, from all scales, and a lot of women do that.
So yeah, but it's something though.
It is interesting, and I appreciate you sharing your stories with us.
We definitely got to have you come back.
Yes, we do.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes,
Thanks for
thank
coming.
you, thank
And
you.
we will catch you on the next one.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Oh my gosh, she is hilarious. She is hilarious.
Now, you're funny. I didn't know, she was going to be this honest and
Right,
forthcoming
right.
and, so entertaining. So that was good.
That was very good.
But you didn't say, Felonious, you didn't say if you would use a dating app.
Because I'm not in that position. So
Well,
I
no,
don't
say,
know.
no. If you were, like, say, if you got into the marketplace.
The
and
marketplace.
The, marketplace, the dating marketplace. Would you use an app?
Well, I'm attractive, so I'll probably see a guy on the road. Sorry.
So we
that
will
is
take
very true.
we will
'Cause
take that as a
that is
no.
very true.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
So you're not opposed to it?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
so-
think it's a good option, and I looked up the.
Well, if you want for your convenience
Yeah.
and everything, and if you need like someone to talk to,
right,
not necessarily like a relationship for a start.
Well, one of the
That's-
things that I did like about it, because when you do the dating apps, you can actually plug in all the things that you desire,
right,
like height, weight,
right.
ethnic
But
background.
I feel people don't go by that sometimes, and people lie.
They-
sometimes.
well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what I'm
first
saying.
You
drawback.
can't really say or tell who is honest. or
Right.
I was seeing there's this show I'm seeing, but on Netflix, it's called Fake Profile. It's this guy and this girl. I mean, this girl was in Las Vegas, and then this guy came over, and then they met each other. Okay, they had been talking on the app for Tinder. That's how I knew what Tinder
Tinder?
was.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were talking on Tinder, and then they decided to meet each other, and then they did meet each other, and then they were like, "Oh, you look this, you look you look good." They had sex and stuff, and then the guy had to he said he was a surgeon and all that, but he looked rich and all that. So the guy went back up. He just went back abruptly somewhere in Colombia or whatever. And then she was like, okay, she wanted to go surprise him.
Oh,
And then she went over, only to, then she went to the hospital where he supposedly worked.
right.
And then they were like, oh yeah, he's here. Okay, Dr. Fernando. And then it was somebody else.
Oh my god.
That goes by that name.
Right.
So the picture on Tinder wasn't a clear picture. It was a far picture. So he was like, "Oh, okay." So the real doctor was like, "Yeah, I'm Dr. Fernando." And then he's like, "Oh, do you know? Could anybody have your name and last name?" Like, no. This is a really small community, so that'll be only me and all that. So she didn't give up. She tried to find the guy. Apparently, this guy was married with kids.
Ooh.
So she's like, "Oh my god."
That's the whole catfish story, pretty much.
And then he was shocked to see her. He was married to this heiress and all of that. So it was like, so I'm still going. I'm still watching.
Right.
And she's trying to like torment him and get her revenge. She got an apartment close to. She rented the house.
So she just gonna stalk
next
him.
to-
So she crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
is he.
I feel like
No,
I feel
but she
like
crazy for doing all that.
yeah, but I feel no. She fell in love, so it's different. She
She's
fell in love.
angry and want her
she's
revenge.
Yes,
Crazy in
but
love.
I would. That's like going extreme. Like, okay, what happened? I loved him, and then he catfished me.
Right.
I'll just go back to where I came from. I don't have to
just
try and rent
go
the
lick
house.
my wounds.
Know his
and-
family,
Set
know
us
his
on
father,
fire.
his wife, his
You act
kids.
like you know.
It was just
Yeah.
crazy. It's just it
Yeah.
was so much. It's too much.
That's
for
insane.
me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. But you know what? When I started researching this, I said I did the older people apps because that's my wheelhouse. But they had some good reasons for trying a dating app, especially for older people. So it says that it can help your heart. It can help you stay young.
Okay.
Stay active, stay moving, doing things. Can help you live longer. Overall, it helps your overall health. It can also help with you not necessarily wanting to have a relationship, but just having companionship.
Okay.
Somebody to do dinner and a movie with, or take
pal.
trips with a pal. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to have a relationship out of it, but it will help you in those kind of ways. So I thought that was real interesting.
That's not bad, actually.
No.
I mean, like, I'm looking at me, like, I don't know if I necessarily would need that, because I think I could probably pick that type of thing up. But I think it would be easier if you can kind of, wade through all the fluff first.
Right.
Right. Pick who you want. And you look, they say they like, swimming. They like in a nude. Or they like eating candy, like gummies or whatever. Whatever it is, you can go there and look at it and say, okay, filter them out. That's
Right.
the word I was looking for, filter. Filter them out, and then say, all right, I'm going to start from here. And then, you never know what you might get.
Right. You don't. So
I'm going to check out a few.
It's actually risky. It's a risky thing.
So what's the risk in it, though?
It's risky.
well, they not being who
Yeah,
they
what
say
is
they
it?
are.
Okay.
Yeah, because and sometimes it's or using someone else's picture. Like you fall in
Right.
love with the personality,
Right.
and then you realize the face is not.
So,
what you think
but
when
there's
it's-
ways of getting around that. So when you first, you contact them, whatever, and you say, well, hey, let's video chat.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. So at
yeah.
least you know what they look like for
Right,
real.
right.
And then, the whole profile could be wrong, but, that's when you have to, but you can meet somebody out in the street and still
do the same thing, yeah,
You just know who
yeah.
they are, but they, I live in a gated community. So.
Are you talking about jail?
Jail.
That is true. That
So-
is just, the person you pick up at the grocery store can be,
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
They say they just relocated, or somebody just getting out the crazy house.
Right. Right.
Well, I'm now thinking about it. Like it might be really difficult to date people. these days.
Yeah.
It might be really.
Yeah.
It was easier when I was younger. Cause
I don't think it would be difficult to date. Like, you just have to take that time to get to know people, and I think that's the fun part too. But then you have to actually have the mindset to say, well, I'm ready to do it.
Right.
I'm ready to not be selfish. And I think for me, I'm kind of in my little selfish phase too, a little bit. But you have to, say, I'm ready for this, and what I put on this little paper or the computer is exactly what I want. And then go with it. And then, like I said, it's going to be trial and error because you never know.
Right.
But at least you get to filter some of the.
You hope you're
But
filtering
then
out
I think
some
that
of the
whatever you put on the computer it's just like basic stuff. I don't think it's like it's when you get to know each other that you know what the person is about. Like, okay, I like running, I
Right,
like
right.
whatever. But it's not about how two of you can move. Those are just interests. Like,
Right.
So
Well,
it doesn't guarantee a perfect relationship or a
Right.
good relationship.
So one of the things that I like too is that when you have the selections, they'll ask you if you smoke. So that's for me. That's an automatic deal breaker. So I can eliminate that. So you're not going to tell me later on and say, well, I just smoke when I drink. When we go to bars.
Right.
No, on your profile it says no smoking. That way, if you do that, I can ghost you.
True.
Right. If it says that, and I'm not saying I'm picky about height, but if you say that you're a certain height or weight, or you speak a certain language or whatever it is, they have so many things on there. You better come with it.
Right.
There's people who are actually doing it. So, but I would try it. Well, I'm going to try it.
Oh,
Of course.
So,
yes, and please come back and let us know what
I will.
happened. Because I can't try it.
So
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
try
come
it.
back and let us
And
know.
you guys don't go looking for me, because I will not be using my real name, but I'm going to try it. And I will let
Nobody
you know.
cares about you. Nobody's gonna look for you.
And I will come back and I will give you
Some
A
updates.
feedback.
Yes.
we'll
Yes.
we'll bring back heaven.
Yes.
I would have
let's
loved to
do.
get into stuff like that, but nah, it's too much for
No?
me. I think it's gonna be too much for
Well,
me.
you can always say, like, even if you created a profile or whatever, you can always say no or just not respond. You get me?
Yeah, too much.
No.
Well, just for the experiments, but nah.
Yeah, I want to try. Like I have to do it in a way where I don't waste anybody's time by,
Right.
if I make this profile and it makes me look like I'm walking on water and all other type stuff. But
Which you are not.
that's right. I just glide across the water.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah,
I got your slide.
but yeah, we'll come up with a good response for some. I definitely want to try that Facebook dating.
Okay.
I remember seeing it, but I don't know how to get to it. But I'm gonna try it. So no, but then they gotta know your real name.
What are you going to do? Create a profile without your real name? Like, I'm not understanding if you're trying to meet somebody.
No,
So you're going to do a fake name
right,
first.
so I can actually check out the functions of.
Oh,
the-
okay.
So I don't. It's not so. I don't want to meet anybody, because then that's kind of dirty. I'm looking for a relationship, marriage. I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Then when you meet,
okay.
you're like, I was just playing.
Yeah, that's not
You know,
cool.
yeah,
That's
so-
not cool.
But I'm sure there's somebody out there for everybody. And
My grandmother used to say, every hole has a button. Every button has a hole. That's what she used to say.
every button has a
Has a
hole,
hole.
or fill every hole.
Either way. Basically, what she's just trying to say is there's somebody out there for everybody.
That's true, and I definitely believe that. So
So how many chances should you get?
on a dating app,
No, I'm just saying in general, like people, like my uncle, for example, been married 5 times. Like, how many soulmates can you have?
well, you know what? Me and my brother was talking about this earlier, because I saw something on Facebook or Instagram, and it was I guess they have some type of game show where the guy has to select the women. He'll say,
Like the dating game?
he has like a dating game, but he says step right or step left.
Oh.
Right. And the girl went up there and she was nice looking. I think she might have been Latina, but it was a black guy, whatever. And he told her to step left, which meant
no.
get out of here.
Okay.
Right? But before he got to that, he was saying, hey, how are you doing, this and that, whatever, how many kids you got? And she said, well, I think she said 5. He said, damn.
Yikes.
So
Yeah.
So the conversation came up with, like, I asked my brother, would you date a woman with 5 kids?
Right.
And he's like, well, depends. If she looked like, Pam Grier in her heyday, he said, yeah. He said, it don't even matter how many kids she got. So I said, well, it depends. Like,
That's
again,
a
how
lot.
many chances? I wouldn't care if they had 5 kids, but it depends on circumstances. Like, say if you have 5 kids,
How
and
many
then-
baby daddies in that
Exactly,
rotation?
Exactly. Or even then, I said to him, if let's say they had 3 kids and she's single now, they were never married, whatever. And I thought about it. I said, well, after the first 2 kids, you would say, well, you should have got married before you had a third.
Right.
And
Right.
kind of, is it an indication that you have a person who just makes bad decisions, or some people just don't
Something
believe
ain't
in
right.
marriage. too,
Right, that's true. That
But
is
for
true.
me, I look at that like, I don't want to be the one that they say, well, oh, that was a bad decision. I'm like, well, I know she had 5 kids, and I'm willing to take care of 5 kids. I love kids and everything, but you know, she has 5 kids. Was by one guy, and the guy was the guy, you know, died or something, or you know, or he's in prison.
Why would you even have 5 kids in these days?
Right.
It's a lot.
Well, no.
I wasn't here listening to what you.
No,
spoke
we're
to.
talking about like there's a saying that you have a limit.
Right.
I mean, how many chances
should you get? Like, how many soulmates are you gonna have?
Right.
The example was my uncle had 5 wives, and I don't know how we got to this woman with.
Well, we're talking about limits.
Limits.
You know,
Okay, your limits.
So for even with the marriages, like after for me, I think after 2,
Right.
I'm done.
Right. I'm not sure I would date somebody who's been married
after
4
2
times.
what? After 2
2 marriages.
marriages. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I'm
I
done.
could date somebody.
After 2
that's been married
marriages,
that
and you're
long.
never gonna get married again.
No.
Right.
So you already got done with one, so you have one.
Checking off your
well,
boxes.
for me, I don't know if I will ever get married again.
You will too.
What you?
Because you look like the type that
That one-
likes being married.
Yeah, because it just keeps you in check for me. If it's like it just keeps you in check.
And check how.
Like it's like the restrictions, like you don't have too much freedom.
Oh, going
Like that.
getting wild.
Yeah,
All right,
so
so-
it just keeps me in
Okay.
check. That's what I
Okay.
feel.
Well, I can see that too because, you know, if you're single, you got all these options. You don't have to.
Exactly. If you're married, you even got all these options.
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
but you don't have to account for anybody.
Yeah, but
When you're
that's what I'm saying.
single,
anybody.
you don't have
Yeah,
to account
so
to
when you're
anybody.
married, you have like you just try to be like stay focused and be like, okay, I'm married, and then you're single, and it's like,
Like, I don't give a F. I can
today
do what
today
I
I'm
want.
like, oh, I'm done with this person because I'm pretty picky, yeah. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
today this person, I'm you know what, there's somebody else, and then tomorrow there's somebody else, and next tomorrow I won't be serious, you know.
Right.
So I think
So you guys out there, we would like for you to take a second and go to www.hottopicspodcast.com. That's TOPIX, and subscribe. And you can follow us on your favorite podcast platform. And if you go to that website, there's a whole list of them that you can go to. I like Spotify. That's one of the easier ones for me. So check us out. And if you have any feedback you want to give us, you can email us at hottopicspodcast@gmail.com or send us a message at 1-443-860-2716.
I should know that by now, and I still,
I'll
it
say it
still
again.
doesn't stick in my head.
443-860-2716. Okay. If you would like to be a guest speaker or you want to suggest a topic, hit us up. And as always, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Subscribe, share,
Yes. Oh, and we
and
all
like
and
yeah,
like.
and we also have a supporters link. So if you want to support this podcast, you can click on that website. It says supporters club or something along those lines, and it's only $4.99 a month. That's not a lot.
That's less than Starbucks coffee.
Exactly. Give us your money, and we would greatly appreciate it. So till then,
Till then,
what do you say?
ta.
Ta
ta ta.
ta ta. Tatas.
No.